Hello, guys. I hope everybody is really doing well, and welcome to this live stream, guys. Um, our plan for Ethereum and BTC played very nicely, and if you guys took the Kawa spot bags, it's up almost like 6.7.6%, and got a nice bounce on the Kawa as well, guys. Um, Anyways, we missed our Ethereum long limits by just $2, guys. What a nice snipe that would have been, if it would have just filled my limits, just missed by $2. But I think I don't have a. I'm a little bit surprised as to how did I miss it. Why? Because I placed the limit at the liquidity pool, and hey, hi Gabe, hi everyone, and sure, we'll have a look on LDO as well as FTM. But at the last, we're gonna check all those things. Probably for now, I'm just gonna, talk about, my thoughts on the current market and what exactly I'm seeing going forward is happening. So, I think the ETH plan that we had perfectly played out. It was a nail move actually. And the limits I set at 1590, I think that was a perfect level. It went till 159, 1.75 on Bybit. Literally missed by $2, guys. Just a $2 miss. And we knew the plan this is going to happen, and everybody was so bullish when it was going up. I mentioned, I posted the chart in the corner that most likely this is move is to me seems like A, B, and C, and that's exactly how it played out, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm very happy that the plan played out, and many of you guys also took practically front run me and took a nice beat long. Walaikum salam. And I think for now, what I the as you can see, I have a wallpaper here. It's a rising sun. Very motivating, actually. It's like it's a very nice motivating rising sun that from the rising sun vibes you get it's really positive, guys. So let's go and quickly go to the charts, and I hope everybody's really doing. So I think before we deep dive into the beat, guys, I just want to talk to you about a first of all, Phil. Phil looks amazing, guys. I'm just waiting for the 4 hour closure above 6.99. Once that happen, I'm gonna give that long. What I want to see is the market structure break. I think there is a screen come. It's gonna come. Yeah, it's here now. The screen is here. Okay, so if you look at the fill chart, it's look amazing. It looks amazing. What you want to see here is, and where I would like to long is, I would like to see market break. And on the 4 hours, I would like to see this market structure break. And I want to have a retest of 6.9 to 6.5. And from there, we can long towards $8, guys. But the $8 is definitely is happening, is what I believe. We just need an acceptance above 6.99. And once that happen, I am seeing still bouncing for at percent move. Because why I think that there is a likelihood of Phil doing something like this. Why? Because I see that has done a very job of playing like a five waves. One, two, three, as you can see here, four and five. Now this cannot be the fifth wave. This can be just A, B, and C as well. But I think this A, B, and C is not what I am something looking for. It's like more likely some sort of a impulsive move, because as you can see, it's a very clean impulsive move here. Volume is increasing. Voice issue, yeah. Avex, yeah. Avalanche looks great, actually, I have to tell you. Voice issue just like last time. Is everybody able to hear me, guys? Please, or it's just that my voice is crisp and clear and you guys are able to hear me. It's smooth. Please just give me a thumbs up. If it's not, give me a thumbs down so that I can change my mic, or maybe I can just switch on to my headphone. Guys, am I audible? All good. Thank you. So I think if if it's fine, mostly everybody's saying yes. I think Suraj, there might be problem at your end. I'm not sure, but if everybody's saying fine, I have to respect that poll. So guys, right now I think great for me for a nice bounce. Yeah, but there is a possibility, Suraj. I'm sorry. If it is there again, I'll definitely gonna change my mic for you. No. So practically, I'm just looking for a bounce on fill, guys. That's what I'm gonna see. Most likely go and towards 7.4, back down to 6.8, and then the pump up towards $8. But the $8 is definitely happening, and that's the reason, that is the reason I am very much interested in fill because it just flipped the weekly open. Look great. The volume is rising, and on the 4 hour, it's looking great. Now let's move on to our primary analysis for BTC and Ethereum, guys. So before we go to the BTC, guys, our Ethereum plan played very, very nicely. As you can remember, we had a long at 1589, 1589 and 1590 exactly to 1579. That was a very nice levels. I mentioned it over the Wall Street group that we like reject from the weekly opens and 1650 levels. It's a big, 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 big levels, guys. That was an absolute, big levels. And from that levels, we literally rejected, came down to 786. I just wanted to, I was waiting 702, guys. Normally, in such sort of a scenarios, what I have observed that 702 always, always, always hit. It just bounces because it's a liquidity pool actually. But what happened is many of you guys might also be seeing that there is some sort of a inverse head and shoulder being forming here. So you can see a very interesting, inverse head and shoulder. So I think many might be seeing this as well. But this inverse head and shoulder is valid. I have to read that. I'm just telling you at the end of the, yeah, just by $1.75 on Bybit, you know. But it was a really nice move. My plan for now for ETH is either we are just going to finish the wave C straight up towards 1694 and 1704. So if we go straight from here to 1694 and 1704, the top would be in for ETH, and we then would be looking for shorts on ETH towards 1460 and maybe even $1440. So that is the primary plan I have. But on lower time frame, what I'm seeing on the 1 hour is that I'm seeing a declining trend in the RSI. But once we start breaking MF40 on the 1 hour, we can have a very nice pullback. And also, if you see here, we had a very sharp movement on the 1 hour candle. If the move would have went, like this, the way this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I would be very happy to say that the move is like the top. It is just going straight towards a 1694 and maybe even $1,700. However, it did not went into 5 waves. It just went straight. Probably this is what I'm why I'm seeing that there is a very likelihood that we might be seeing a very sort of a small diagonal structure at going towards $1,700. But this is what my plan is for it going forward, guys. So don't be happy with this push up. I would say that just cautious, a little bit cautious because still we are ranging. So if you just look at on the hard term time frame, guys, we are literally ranging, and this range is pretty much, I would say, not that good, not that bad as well, because it's just a choppy move, the ranging. So play very wisely when you're playing the range. But if I do see any dip towards 1614 or very close to the levels of 1621, I'm definitely looking to long that levels. But that level should come. That level should come before hitting 1688. That is what the if factor is. 1614 should come before hitting 1688. That's where we will gonna relong ETH towards the target of 1694 and maybe even 1704 level as well. From that, I'm expecting, I'm looking for shorts towards 1440. That makes more sense for A, B, and C. Now this can be A, B, and C. This can be 1, 2 as well. And we're not sure for ETH what exactly it is. But for now, this looks to me like 5 waves down, A, B, C up. The next move is going to decide what exactly the overall big game plan for ETH would be. If we literally start doing another ABC on the move downside, that would mean that we are doing a very complex zigzag correction. However, if we ETH literally just have 5 waves downside, then again we have some sort of ifs, but that is for sure a long, in my opinion, 1442 if we do get this opportunity. For now, 1704 to 1694 is the levels where I'm looking for shorts on it. The invalidation is above the previous week highs of 1720. Any flip of 1720 is going to invalidate my bear case, which is just going to take towards 1800 bucks. I still have the short limits at those levels because I still think, if you remember 2 days back, I literally posted my ETH analysis on the hard term time frame as to how I see ETH moving on the hard term time frame with respect to stock chart. Get here chart. Okay, that is how I expect 0.14 rejection and a retest of 886. A similar kind of a move, a 0.14 rejection and 886 towards 950 to $971. That is what I'm eyeing for ETH actually. But nevertheless, there is also a probability that bottom is already in, and this is just some sort of a wave one of something, and it's just going to not go below the $1,280, and just going to keep on pumping towards $1,800. There is also a possibility. But however, I would like to see one more time towards 950. A lot of longs, a lot of people have spot bags. They did not, probably everybody was buying at those levels. In fact, even I was buying. So practically, like it's a hurt trade actually. So what I want is a flush towards 950 to 971, a big shakeout, followed with a V-shaped recovery towards $2,800. That is going to be a really good price action. I suppose, I mean, that is going to literally kick everyone out of the market. Actually, that's what I think. Actually, personally. Now, if you just talk about the lower term time frame, this is just to give you a glimpse of why I think it is still a possibility. But I think, on the lower term time frame, 1694, 1704, that is the levels you should keep in mind for this play. 1694, 1704, just make this level, keep those levels in your mind. 1720 flip is going to invalidate this downside move towards 1440. If you flip 1720, you should literally get the fuck out of your shots, close your shots, and then probably we flip long again towards 1810. But at least the price that I'm watching, the price action I'm watching, I can clearly see that the downside move was 5 waves. Okay, it's clearly 5 waves, and the upside moved like A, B, and C. So this is what the plan I have for ETH. This is the bear case. The bull case is the move downside was an A, B, and C. Practically, this was A, this was B, a 1, 3, 4, and 5. This is like an A, B, and C. That is some sort of a bottom. This is wave 1, 2, and we are just doing wave 1, 2. So it's like gonna be a 2 of 3. 3, it's gonna be something like this. 4, 5, chop, 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 and then pump it up towards 810, hit my 0.14 levels, short the fuck out of everything, short the market, and we're just going to get out of this whole, we just get the top of Ethereum, and from that levels, we are going to ride it towards most likely my target of 950 to 970. So there, this is the bullish case. I have presented the bull case and I have presented the bear case. For bull case, even if we are bullish, I still expect it to test 1614 to $121 levels. So I'm betting on those levels. Once we went to those levels, I would definitely like to long. But remember that level should come before testing 1694 and even to be honest, on a safer side, 1688. So before giving 1621, we want it to test. We don't want it to test 1688. Okay, and that's exactly where we will be longing from those levels, riding it towards 1694 and 1704. So this is what I have for E. Now let's move on to the BTC, guys. BTC is having a very different, you know, count. Actually, if I have to tell you, it's very, very different count. Why? Because remember two things: BTC USDT on the Bybit and the Bitcoin CME chart. They both did not sweep up the highs. Rest of all the charts, you take it Binance, you take it Bitfinex, you take it Bithumb, you take it any chart, Coinbase, every chart sweep up the highs except Bybit and CME. These are the only two charts that did not sweep up the highs. So practically, it's very, very difficult to say if the move on the upside was a truncated wave 5 or it was just irregular expanded flat for the wave B. Why? Because everywhere when we just had these highs, there was a big sell-off. Not only on the perhaps the longs were squeezed hard, but on the spots as well, we saw some sort of a sell-off, the big red candle. Okay, and so there is a possibility if this move is like A, this is irregular flat B, then we are doing 1, 3, 4, and one more move down 5. So this is going to be an expanding diagonal for a fifth wave. However, let's say if this is a truncated wave 5, then it would mean that this is some sort of A, B, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. You got 5 waves on the downside, and this is how I see that the fifth wave is in, and we got have A, B, and we are doing C wave here, something like. Now the target for C wave normally goes towards a golden pocket to 786. If we are literally doing wave 2, we won't go beyond 786, practically 24,700. We won't go beyond those levels if literally we are doing wave 2. However, if we are doing A, B, and C, the B wave can literally go till $25,000 again, make everyone bullish, and out of nowhere, fuck everyone, squeeze, take everyone out of the market. That's what it can literally. But however, you also have a bull case, and I have a theory. There is a probability might play out, guys. I'm not sure of this PO3 if it's gonna play out, but just look at how the structure is actually. This is how the accumulation was. What happened is some sort of a manipulation, take everyone out, and manipulation had a sell-off. And this is what, yeah, even I'm leaning towards A, B, and C. I think that is the most appropriate count. Why? Because ETH is bearish. So if for BTC to be bullish, even ETH needs to be on the same page. But I don't see that ETH is bullish, honestly. I'm still leaning towards ABC rather than 123. For ETH, my invalidation is 1720. For BTC, my invalidation level is very tight, 24,741 flip. Once that happen, I would just be like, okay, we are literally going to go up. So this can be a manipulation, guys, and there's a possibility that something like this might just happen. Honestly, I'm not sure it's just going to happen, but we just need to be prepared. We just need to be prepared. We just need to be prepared if something like, because I have seen many times when something like this happens, it just fucks everyone literally. But I think if let's say this is some sort of a wave 1, then this is wave 2, then the move on the upside should be wave 3, 4, and 5. So we might be forming then a diagonal towards $26,000, which then makes me curious that then it would also mean that ETH definitely going to go beyond $1,820 if that is going to happen. So then probably I'll have to recheck all my levels for ETH. If literally BTC is going towards 26, goes from the current price level. For now, I'm leaning towards most likely ABC. 24,500 is the levels where I would like to short. BTC 24,500 to 24,700 is the levels where I would like to short. And with the invalidation about $25,000, flip 25,000 or even flip 24,741, 786, I'm going to get out of the short quickly. Okay. So that is the plan that I have for BTC. I hope you got it. Now just have a look on BTC CME chart. I'm having this harmonic, and this is really interesting. It also aims and targets 24,430 guys, and this chart is very clear, crisp, and precise. I just tell you that looks really good actually, really really great. I think 24,430 is definitely coming, and I do think the next dip for BTC on the CME chart, if you just look at here. So this time I'm not going to target 786 or 886. Instead, I'm going to target golden pocket, which is 23,540. So most likely what I would like to see on the C is something like this structure, a retest of the levels A, B, and C, bounce up quickly like this, reject, pump up like this again, then something like so I would like to see on CME chart forming. Remember, it can go till 886 as well if it just going to form a batch kind of a structure. But normally batch should not go beyond 500, which I have to completely agree. But there's a possibility if it do happen to go, it can go till 24,580 or 24,600 case for. So practically, I think 24,400 to 24,600 is the levels on CME is what I would like to see. So based on the CME, our play for the Bybit or Binance should be something like this for BTC guys. Looking very crisp. The invalidation levels are very clear. Let's also have a look on the total chart. And after all this small, analysis on the lower term time frame, also going to go and have a look on the hard term time, like monthly and weekly. One of the very interesting things you guys need to understand is the monthly candles. You know, it's a this monthly candle. I don't know how many of you guys know about it, but just there are almost 161 viewers on this live. I just want to ask each and every one of you that what kind of candle you see on the monthly till I finish the total analysis. Type your answer here, and just want to check how many of you guys have knowledge about it. Okay, so good luck. And so the total guys, total chart, the plan is still same. I'm still saying 1.08 trillion to be a very very strong, very strong resistance, guys. 1.08 trillion is one of the biggest resistance. And also just look at these levels we have. It was like even at 1.05, even 1.05 is literally is one of the biggest resistance I'm seeing for right now. And hence, I think my base scenario or the plan is some sort of a move on the downside, but the confirmation is only going to happen once we literally start breaking down. So far we have not broke down. So I'm just waiting for it to break the trend line. Once we break the trend line, boof, it's just gonna go down. That's what I would like to see. The resistance levels you need to just keep in your mind is first 1.06 and then 1.08. These are the two levels you should keep. These are the two levels for total you should keep in your mind. Okay. Now let's go and look at the BTC hard and time frame. So guys, let's first of all look at the monthly chart, how our monthly candle closed, and what all the parameters that we are watching for BTC, and what can we expect next. drawings. Let's also hide the line for that. No, visible. What? Yep. So, first and foremost, what you want to see on the monthly candle is where exactly did we close. You still have, time to write down the answers. Or if you don't know, it's fine. You can mention that. I can explain you properly what exactly kind of a candle that we have formed here. So practically, this was the closure, and we are still under this candle. Now, if you would have closed above these levels that we have here around 23,285 would have been amazing, but we still closed under these levels. A consecutive to closing under this is not good, actually, if you ask me. Now, what sort of a doji is this? Well, first of all, you look at this candle. It's known as Walaikum Salam. It's known as a long leg doji. So, Mr. Awada, you're right. And for those who mentioned doji, yeah, it's a doji, but there's a different type of doji. Every doji has its play. This candle is long leg doji. Long leg doji is famous for a reversal. Let's say if the market is in uptrend and it such kind of a candle forms, this literally indicates that there is a possibility of a reversal move coming. Why? Because the market was in uptrend, the bulls try to push the market, but there is a huge sell pressure. Bears defended those levels, and we literally closed very near to the equilibrium of the price or equilibrium of the candle. That is known as long leg doji, which means that the buyers, the buyers pressure negated with the huge sell pressure, literally pushing the buyer back into the equilibrium zone, meaning that there is a possibility that we might be seeing some sort of a reversal. This is normally what the interpretation of the long leg doji is, you know. uh, However, this sort of a long leg doji, we can see that the previous month was in fact the uptrend. That was January. So I would say that yeah, it is in this was some sort of an uptrend. So practically it's like a no, I think we would be seeing some sort of a reversal. This is how I interpret the definition of the or the theoretical definition of the doji. Okay, I don't have any practical example yet, but what I know, never played it. Normally, I like to play doji, and one of my favorite doji is gravestone doji. The gravestone is one of the best, and there is a 90% probability it's gonna play out. And gravestone is something you should never ever ignore it. When it forms perfectly on the daily or weekly, you should never ignore it, guys. So this is a long leg doji, guys, where the price closed on even the volume was higher highs. Most likely, I mean, I don't see sort of a bullish closure. Why? Because as I mentioned, so I don't see any sort of a bullish case for now in the monthly. Price is pretty much okay. I mean, I it's not like a wow, we are bullish. No, and it's not like okay, we are bearish at all because it's a we need a decision. The decision would be once we start breaking again under 22,008. 22,800 if you remember, or even 22.9 if you remember, I mentioned those numbers in front of you. Can somebody tell me, uh, just tell me exactly as to what sort of levels do we have on 22 at around 22.9 to 23? It's a big levels. Big levels. So voice is cutting a bit. Voice is sorry guys. Fine now. So practically you also have EMA 50 resistance around 24,200. So EMA 50 on the monthly is a big levels, slightly cautious. Monthly EMA 50 always act as a strong resistance. To be slightly cautious of that fact as well. Also, just look at the MA. We do have, it just ranging between EMA 50 on the monthly and EMA 50 on the monthly. That's how exactly, BTC is ranging. MA 300, we don't have it. Let's have a look at the Bollinger Bands uh, about it. And what do we have here? RSI, Golden Cross on the monthly having Golden Cross. It will take another 5 years for, or maybe another 5 years or 6 years minimum for that kind of cross to happen. The monthly, the weekly cross. This was this is the first year, 2023. It almost came after 13 years of BT's existence. Practically, uh, this is the first cross that happened in 13 years of Bitcoin cycle, a life practically. The weekly death cross. It's a death cross. It's not a golden cross actually, and it already happened on the EMA. The EMA death cross is most likely going to happen this week or maybe next week. It all depends. In fact, there I can see RSI always a good sign, guys, because you look at the historical data. Whenever we have flipped the MF40 on the RSI, it just had a good big pump. Exactly. But for this confirmation, wait for the March to close. Once March closes above this, I think April very nice. Fire on the upside. Goes towards 58.9, maybe even to 50 levels as well. But we need this March levels to close because uh, for confirmation cross is really happening. Let's go and deep dive on weekly BTC chart is same as we discussed. I still see the move on the upside to be clean 5 waves, and there are two possibilities I've already discussed about it. This move, some sort of a B, an irregular expanded flat wave C, meaning that this is some sort of a top, and we're going to have one more move down towards 11,300 or so, and maybe to even 10,800, and after that up only actually, you know and remember in bear market, when we were there in the bear market 2018, I lost almost all the profits that I made in the bull run in 2017. How? Because when we bottom, not exactly bottom, that was just a local bottom. It bounced almost like 100% and 120%. People thought that we are in the bull run. The next dip would be for buying. I bought everything, and what happened? It wrecked it. It just dump. It just was so massive down. But I'm not sure if this is going to repeat something like that. And but yeah, we just have to have those kind of scenarios, because now we have a knowledge of how the market moves, and we can see structure, how the market forms the structure. So this seems to be like A, B, and C, irregular flat. That is the first count that I have. Second count, this is the bottom. The move is 1, 3, 4, and 5. And we are doing A, B, and C, a retest of almost close to, I would say, $19,000. And once you have this retest of 19,000 to 18,500 for an upside move, this is how I would say the bullish move would occur if it really wants to happen. So that is exactly move. If we are very bullish, we will be bouncing very hard from 18,100 to $18,500. That is going to be the best move, in my opinion, and another deep buying opportunity. Literally, we want that. What are the odds that we just keep on pumping from here? Odds are very, very low. I would less than 50%, but probability is always there. Because why I personally think that the odds are less, because I can see the five waves. If these are the five waves, after five waves, there should always be A, B, or zigzag or some sort of direction. So that's exactly where, I think there are two options. Uh, Remember, even in 2019, we had an up move towards $13,500, and from those levels we came back down towards again almost close to $4,000, and from there we started pumping back up. So it happened. It happened. So it can happen again as well. So okay, so hard term time frame. I've already mentioned bullish and bear case are the only scenarios I have. Let's talk about the Bollinger. We also have a resistance of Bollinger Bands around 25,700, which of course some sort of a really nice resistance we have. So till we don't break it, I don't see any sort of a big move. Look at the weekly death cross. It already happened. Yeah, the red line is your EMA 200. The white is your EMA 50. You already got a death cross on the EMA. I'm just waiting and very, very curious for a very similar cross, but on MA perspective, on the weekly, guys. Just look at the MA chart. Ooh, we're still having the death cross, and most likely it's gonna happen in probably another week or so. So we just have to wait for another 1 week or 2 week, and probably this death cross is going to happen. So very careful, guys. Now you have a golden cross on daily time frame, and you have a death cross on weekly time frame. You choose what kind of a side or what time frame you would like to play. Honestly, of these two, one is going to invalidate. So one is going to be the big trap for someone. Either the golden cross is like a big trap for bulls, or the death cross is like a big fucking trap for the bears. Trust me. But in my opinion, what I personally think is that golden cross is going to be the big trap for bulls. Actually, this is what I'm not a bear, but based on the experience I have, I've just watched charts for the previous price actions that we have dealt with, and I think what I'm seeing so far is golden cross. What we have on the daily is most likely going to be a big trap for the bulls. Actually, that's what I personally feel, for now. Also, look at the weekly chart, guys. Weekly RSI. What do we talk about it? Weekly RSI itself is looking great, but just look at how the accumulation is happening. What I personally feel is RSI makes higher highs, but the price don't make higher highs, forms a hidden bearish divergence, start dumping back down. That is what the best case scenario I have. Why? Because why I think that RSI gonna do something like this is because the 3 days chart, the 3 day it has formed a very big bear diversion. This is the second big bear diversion PC has formed on the 3 days after 69,000 top, and from 69K when this diversion formed, we literally dumped straight to, as you know, guys, $32,000. So I think we have some sort of a bear diversion on the 3 days chart. And also the MF14 is at 68.77% on the RSI. So most likely, I think slightly cautious. Also, you have on the monthly long leg doji. So lot and lot of signs we have that there is a possibility that reversal is going to come. If we go get an upside move one more time towards 25,800, that would be for sure a short, in my opinion. Clean short, clean. I'm definitely gonna take that short if it comes. So the high term time frame suggests the move is most likely very topish to me. Suggests that reversal is coming. Okay, so you have to be slightly cautious, guys. Whatever you play, play like a scalp. Scalp it. Don't play swings at the moment. Play scalp, 5%, 6% move, take profits and run. That's what you should do. Now let's talk about the BNB, guys. My target for the BNB is still same. I just wanted one more push and a fake out towards 350. If it gives us, I'm gonna literally short this shit towards $220 and maybe even to $120, guys. But that BNB 120 is very, very likely, in my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Gold, how many of you guys literally look to long gold? It perfectly went close to my levels of 1795, but it's still not hit those levels perfectly. If you do happen to get that one more move down, 1794, 1789 levels, that is the levels where you should definitely look for longs, you know, for gold actually. The scalp target for the gold would be somewhere around 1880, and maybe if you flip 1880, then you should literally ride gold towards $1920. But that is something you should literally long gold around 1794, 1789. Your stop loss should be under 1749. That's what you should ride. We literally had nailed the top of the gold. This is where we shorted the 786 Fibonacci levels around these levels, and 1925 was our invalidation on the daily. This is where exactly our invalidation was, but we still had that, we're going to go down. Why? Because we have a strong OB over here on the daily. 1955 looks great, and I've already booked my profits on the gold around 1808. Everything is updated on the Wall Street group, guys. If you would like to join, do join Wall Street group, and if you'd like to support my work, do trade on Bybit, guys. Create an account right now, deposit the funds, and trade. Thank you. Now let's move on to Phil. As I mentioned, I already discussed about the Phil. Nothing much to discuss. RSR. Now this is a very, very much interesting chart. Remember one level, guys. 0.005391. 0.005391. Flip these levels, and I'm definitely going to give the long in Wall Street group. I'm just patiently waiting for RSR to flip this. Once that level is flipped, I'm buyer, and I'm just going to ride for another 26% move. And why do I think that this move is a possibility? For what I see, RSI had a very interesting move on the upside with no major pullback, and after that you got any sort of a ABC kind of a move, and then another impulsive move on the upside. So what I think is that RSI is most likely doing a very interesting diagonal kind of a structure, and it is very, very looking great. You just need 0.005391 flip. A 0.005391 is your previous range highs. But once you flip these levels, this shit is literally going to fly for another 25 to 26% move. So you should not miss it, guys. Just set alert on these levels, and once this level is flipped, don't miss it. Now what do you mean by flip? Just wait for the daily to close above these levels. Once you see the daily closure, go long on the next pullback. That's what you should do for RSR. Now let's talk about Kava. I long Kava, and what a nice move on the upside, ladies and gentlemen. It just pumped 93 cents from our entry zone. So the plan perfectly played out very nicely of 10%, 10.38% move. I'm still holding 30% Kava, and I'm just going to hold it because I've already booked 7.2% profit for the 70% gains. So I'm happy. I'm happy with these spots. I still expect, if you can hold Kava is having a big neckline and a huge support around 88.9. If we can hold these levels, and if we do hold these levels, I'm looking for another push up towards 96 cents and $1. That's what I would be looking for on the upside for Kava, guys. Now let's look for few of the charts. First is LDO on public demand. Let's have an analysis on LDO. I never charted LDO, honestly, if you ask me. Or maybe I did, I don't know. No, I never charted it. So this is for the first time I'm charting here. Holy shit. What kind of a chart is this? Um, don't take this as a diagonal, guys. Why? Because the volume is increasing trend. Normally, remember one thing: when any asset forms a diagonal has to have volume, not higher highs, but the lower highs. Actually, that's what the diagonal should be. The price makes higher highs, the volume make lower highs. That's how the diagonal, valid diagonal, should be. Okay. Right now, this is not a valid diagonal, so this is something else. And what I can see over here is a very interesting irregular flat or something. This is the connector. So this is clearly the connector of something. And after that connection or the connector, we got this move on the upside. One, two. There is no big volume yet. There is a harmonic formed on the 4 hours chart, which is bearish. The W formation. Most likely, I would like to see it going down towards 2.4. If we do see this W formation playing out towards buying opportunity, why? Because this is some sort of a connector, and the move over here on the connector after the connector is it's going to have a very similar, very similar, something like this. It should have a same degree of move. So it's those $2. For now, I would say just wait. Yeah, honestly, the way it looks like on the 4 hours chart, the 4 hours chart tells me that the W formation is there. As you can see here, the W formation, and it's very valid. Till this W formation is does not invalidate, I would say be cautious with the LDO. The the long levels for LDO is around 2.4. That is the level you should for any potential long. Okay, my favorite Phantom. You remember, I was literally asking everybody to buy Phantom around 19 cents, 20 cents, and we also bought it once, but we just got it literally pumped. But Phantom for not bullish, it's not bearish because we are holding the range highs. We break the range highs, it becomes bearish. We are holding the range highs, it is not that bullish, but you can say that we are holding it. Definitely, there is a probability of we might or more. But let's deep dive into how the lower term time frame looks like. On as I have three desktop or three monitors, the refresh rate is not that pretty impressive. Low for one of 60 Hz. Anyways, I'm using StarTech USB to for connecting monitor divergent. I would say once we flip 47.3 daily on RSI, we are longing FTM, irrespective of the fact the price would be for FTM. So because that is going to confirm that the RSI bullish divergence is there. What we might actually do here on the FTM, I have seen basically, we might be forming something like this, a very interesting, you know, triangle kind of a structure actually. The possibility is always there. So, oh, oh, going too far. Practically, I mean, a zigzag correction, the triangle, and then probably we'll see where it wants to break out. This triangle kind of a structure, I have seen one coin by DX. One of my friend Proder pinged me the YDX chart, and he showed me this structure. Normally, when structure happens, majority of the times break down and not break up. YDX also bounced from the levels, holded it very nice highs, and it's bouncing above the previous highs, but it's triangle. There was a OP maybe. There was a triangle somewhere. There was a triangle. Maybe it OP actually. Anyways, whatever the format that is. But what I think is Phantom. We want RSI on the daily to close above those previous levels, which is going to confirm the longs. We're going to take it. For now, just keep patience and wait for the daily to close. Let's have a look at my favorite chart, near. If you guys forget about the near, I'm not guys even looking to trade up near, but trust me, this chart is amazing. Why? Because you might be thinking that near is going to form a very interesting M pattern. Holy shit, it's forming an M pattern. It's just going to go down, double top, forget about it. It's just going to dump. Yeah, everything is fine. But what I think is this is some sort of a very nice accumulation. It's a very nice. I think this A, B, and I'm looking for C. 1, 5. It's a very nice accumulation. People might think it's a double top and it's just going to dump from here to the new lows. No, most likely I don't think you're doing something like that. But if you do happen to get this opportunity, it's a worth buying. Even not necessary that we're going to go so deep towards 1.5. Even we can just long it from 1.95 because it's a big levels. We have a strong support there. So the structure, it seems to like a very interesting A, B, and C. For now, this is how I am seeing the clean A. This is upside was B, and we are doing was the move down to like some 1, 2 here. It's just going to bounce towards 2.5 to $2.6. From there, and again one more move down, 3, 4, 5, sweep down, finish it, reverse, 1, 2. Practically, it's gonna be some sort of an deviation on the downside. So I would just going to look for those kind of. Let's look at Sensex, uh, trading stock market. I am the one who told you that the Sensex is going to top, ladies and gentlemen, and that's exactly how it is. Right now, Sensex, it is a support until we are holding the levels of 59,291. This is my plan. As you can see on the screen, I'm expecting an upside move on the Sensex towards 62,000, a minimum of $62,300, 62,300 INR. That's what I'm expecting. But we need to hold the levels of 59,246. Any daily closure under this, the price gets acceptance under this and close all the longs. It's just going to tank towards 57,000 and maybe even to levels of 56,742. Okay. Let's go to my favorite chart, dollar index. I think most of you guys are uh, now looking for those chart as what exactly the dollar index is going to do. This is the chart you have in front of your screen. What I'm looking for dollar index to do is a pump up towards 109, and from those levels I'm expecting dollar index to come back down towards 103 and forms a big W pattern. Once dollar index starts forming W, that is going to be your big sign. Buy the fucking dip for overall market. That is exactly how you buy everything. Why? Because this W is going to be your true top $4 index, and from there dollar is just going to dump towards 95 levels. So practically, ladies and gentlemen, I am expecting dollar index to just keep on pumping towards 111 to 112 levels. Okay, on the lower term time frame, the plan is already there in front of your screen. So guys, this is all I have, and thank you so much for joining this live stream. And if you like my work, do trade on Bybit. Link is mentioned in the description, and have a nice night. Bye bye.